CSEC Biology TCP. I am Mr. Wilson from the TCP Academy. Today we're looking at the May-June 2019 Agricultural Science Single Award paper. Now, if you have not yet liked, share, or subscribe, it is definitely time for you to do so. And when you subscribe, please be reminded to click the notification bell so you'll be reminded as soon as there's a new publication. You want to like the video that it may be added to your playlist so you'll have access to it even if the video is turned off. Share the video with as many persons so more videos can pop up in your inbox so you'll be better prepared for your exam. Leave us a comment. Tell us where you're from and which school you attend. We are truly happy to be helping you get ready for the exam. Please be reminded that you can find us online at tcp-academy.teachable.com. You may also find us on YouTube at CSEC Biology TCP. Leave us a comment if there are questions you'd love to answer. For persons who are preparing for biology and HSB, please be reminded we offer extra classes, and of course, at this time of the year, it's April, May, we are offering marathon every weekend. So you want to reach out for us if you want to be a part of our marathon. Without further ado, let's hop right into question number 3. Answer all questions in this section. Write your answer in the space provided in this booklet. Define the term vegetative propagation. Now, there are two types of propagation, sexual and asexual propagation. In sexual propagation, seeds are used to produce a new plant. In asexual propagation, we are using part of a parent plant to produce a new plant. Now, one type of asexual propagation is going to be vegetative propagation, in which we are using a part of one of a parent to produce a new plant. State one vegetative propagation method used in the production of banana. A popular method used amongst more commercial farms would be tissue culture. However, smaller farmers would be using the sucker, usually the sword sucker, from the rhizome of the banana. So if it's a commercial farm, tissue culture usually. And of course, they'll employ some sword sucker technique. However, the smaller farmer, they're going to be using sword suckers. Farmer Wayne wants to plant a plot of cassava. The extension officer visits his farm and advises him that the proper primary tillage is important in cassava production. So there's two reasons why proper primary tillage is important in preparing soil for planting cassava. It's important to know that tillage is pretty much turning the soil. You might have conservation tillage, zero tillage, among other tillage that can be done. But we are using tillage in order to turn the soil to make it much easier for the plants to grow. Another thing we need to know about tillage is that it is pretty much a land preparation technique that is used, as I said, in turning the soil. Now, as it were for preparation, the popular thing we usually use is, of course, primary tillage, which is include breaking and loosening the soil, and it is usually very deep. And then comes secondary tillage, which is usually applied after primary tillage. But let us look at primary tillage for this particular question. Now, it allows for deep tillage and loosening of the soil to allow for easy growth of a tuber. You understand that some soil can be the particles are very close together, really tight. Might give the farmer a very small tuber if the soil is not loose. So this is very important for the farmer in getting better and larger tubers. Now, it allows for soil inversion. That's the turning of the soil. And this is, of course, going to get the nutrient well incorporated in the soil. And you'll understand as well that it will increase aeration of the soil. Another thing is that it is definitely going to be killing insect pests in the area for this particular need. Now, there are other things that primary tillage would have done, but it might not be applicable for the need really of planting cassava. For example, primary tillage will bury debris, biodegradable material, or whatever material is in the field. However, biodegradable material would have been more suited in added nutrient to the soil. Other than tillage, state one land preparation method that Farmer Wayne must use in preparing his plot of land to plant cassava. He must clear the land. So land clearing is very, very important. Now, if the vegetation is low, then of course primary tillage could assist with clearing of the land. However, if it is really, really arid, then you really want to make sure that land clearing is done before you send those tractors into the field. Mrs. Brown wants to expand her hot pepper farm. The extension officer advises her that she should use mechanical land preparation method instead of manual methods. Figure 1 shows two implements that are used for tillage. A seems to be a rotavator and B a disc plow, which is really used in primary tillage. Normally, Mrs. Brown would use a fork to perform primary tillage manually. Which of the implements, A or B, could she use for primary tillage? State one reason in support of your choice. So the choice here is B, disc plow. It cuts and turns the soil deep even where we have very hard soil. So the soil might be sticky or the soil might be stony, but this is going to be cutting very deep. It causes less erosion and it buries unwanted field contents. It can be used in stony, sticky, and of course, stumpy soil. So they would have given you several supporting reasons. You just need to write one for your exam. So just two advantages and one disadvantage of using machinery in land preparation. Advantages: it allows for large areas of land to be prepared quickly. Can you imagine we had 100 hectares of land to prepare and we're sending men out there with forks? Think about what that outcome would have been. It allows for less use of manual labor to prepare land for production. So it is not as labor intensive using machinery as it would have been using manual labor. Persons might want to go on strike, person falls sick, the inclement weather just not allow for manual labor, that sort of a thing. The temperature, of course. It reduces the cost to prepare large hectare of land for production when we use machinery. Disadvantage: it may lead to unemployment in farming community. Farms are not usually located in town, and if they do, it is really a farming town. So persons are relying on agriculture for an income. So when there is the use of machinery, the specialists, those men in the community who are very good at the fork and the hoe and the picker, of course, these persons would have been disenfranchised. Equipment are expensive to purchase. And one might say that you don't need to purchase equipment, you can rent it. But the truth is, renting equipment can be very expensive for some farmers, depending on the size of the operation and their income. It might be uneconomical to use in some areas. Why? The terrain might be a problem. 2, the distance that the land is from the equipment might be another thing. 3, the land size that is supposed to be prepared might just be too small for economical mechanization. So it just might not be applicable in some areas. This brings us to the end of question number 3. If you have not yet liked, share, or subscribe, it is definitely time for you to do so. And when you subscribe, please be reminded to click the notification bell so you'll be notified as soon as there is a new publication. You want to like this video so it may be added to your playlist. Should this video be turned off, you'd still have access to the video. You also want to share this video with as many persons as possible to ensure that the video keeps coming to your inbox. Another thing you need to do is leave a comment. Tell us where you are watching from and the name of your school if that is possible. At the end of this video, there are some cards on screen, videos that will lead you to other agricultural videos to assist you in your preparation for the exams. You'll also see thumbnails to be clicked for human and social biology or biology, whichever one you are doing. As I usually say, study to show thyself approved. Last year, many students differed on their CSEC exams as they were afraid of failure due to their level of readiness. This year, Mr. Wilson and his experienced team from tcpacademy.teachable.com is here to help you get exam ready. Subscribe for free to tcp-academy.teachable.com. We offer courses in CSEC Biology, HSB, English Language, and many others. There are several offerings to each course. Enroll in one today. Get help with CSEC Biology SBA Labs and Human and Social Biology SBA Labs at tcp-academy.com.